Very soon, I will be retiring peacefully to start working as a social entrepreneur. Social entrepreneurship is an approach by individuals, groups, startup companies, or entrepreneurs in which they develop, fund, and implement solutions to social, cultural, or environmental issues.
Your teacher, Michael Aidera from Nairobi, Kenya.
Jina langu ni KISWATE, mwenza wa Bwana Michael Aidera. Nina furaha sana kujitolea kama mmoja wa walimu katika mradi huu wa Kiswahili.
So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pius Odhiambo. I am the convener of this meeting, jointly with the principal NGOLENI Secondary School. And the reason why we are here is to launch a product that we are going to test at NGOLENI Secondary School. I'm a digital educator and differentiated instruction expert for mathematics, currently at Parkdale High School. I'm on my way out of Parkdale High School to another school because in the United States, we have been affected by budget cuts by the federal government, and also the war in Iran and Iraq, the war on immigrants, we call it the ICE, the police, immigration police. If you are an immigrant and you are found here, living here, they deport you. So what happens? Some of the parents and our students decided to deport themselves before they get into trouble. And by that, the school population in the whole district went down. So there are those schools that have lost a lot of students. And here in America, they use data-driven initiatives to hire. And so if the population of students has gone down, they cannot keep you on the payroll. However, there are some schools in the district where the student population has gone up, so they have vacancies. So I'll be interviewing so that I can have my second year teaching in a public school. In the United States, public schools are like the private school, they're the richest. And private schools are like the type of schools in Kenya we call third world or most of them are public schools. That is the irony here. So in my school, for the 1 year I've been there, I can say I've been well trained. I've got a lot of knowledge, very expensive knowledge. And this is what I'm going to share with my colleagues, with the principals, teachers in Africa, without them getting into a plane, paying fees to come to the United States. And with that knowledge, I'm lucky to be hired by NGOLENI Secondary School to come and solve one of their pressing needs. And Mr. Asuso here have just confirmed that is the same situation like NGOLENI Secondary School. So I'm the creator of KISWATE Digital Academy. I'm also the patent holder of KISWATE Digital Attendance and Discipline Tracking Register. I'm the lead data scientist for Blue Nile Analytica. And before September last year, I used to work as a data scientist. But because of this project, I took more than 50% pay cut to go into the classroom so that I can learn and see how the CBC curriculum is being implemented using technology. At this particular point, I would like to invite the team from the KISWATE side to introduce themselves to NGOLENI Secondary School. If you have just joined, NGOLENI Secondary School is being represented here by Ben Maseka. So I see Mr. Yoya has already joined. No, at this particular point, I would like to invite our administrator, Josephine Sirega, to pick up from where I've left and introduce the team from KISWATE Digital Academy. Thank you very much, Madam Sirega.
Thank you, Founder, Mr. Pius Odhiambo. I greet you all, members of the call. My name is Josephine Sirega. I represent KISWATE I am a volunteer director of communication and administration at KISWATE. I want to ask those from KISWATE team, in the interest of time, so that they can also introduce themselves. Michelle, you can come in first. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Michelle Ouma. I represent KISWATE. I help in the technical issues. I'm a volunteer digital engineer at KISWATE.
Michelle is a beneficiary of KISWATE Scholarship Fund through Equity Wings to Fly. And since she graduated from high school, she has been working for KISWATE as a news anchor. When you look at my videos, it is because of Michelle that my profile has gone wide and beyond. And it's because of Michelle that schools like NGOLENI Secondary School, institutions like the Kenyan Embassy in Washington, D.C., in the United States, and many other institutions have known about me. So my biography is over there. So Michelle, when you are introducing yourself, that's a very important contribution that you have made at KISWATE, and that's why you are tagging you along all the time. Thank you very much. Back to Josephine.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Indera?
Yes, I'm Michael Ahendera. Unfortunately, I'm on the road. Currently, a volunteer global principal at KDA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ahendera. Before you go, the word KISWATE was coined by Mr. Ahendera from the word Kiswahili Tekelezi. Mr. Ahendera is our global principal. And we are talking about NGOLENI. And if we can get 1,000 schools in NGOLENI to participate in program, then he'll be the principal in charge of 1,000 schools at KISWATE Digital Academy. But finally, our target, this program is going to run for 5 years at NGOLENI. And our target is to have 10,000 schools. So is the KDA Global Principal for 10,000 senior secondary schools in the Republic of Kenya. Okay, thank you very much. Josephine, over to you, please.
Thank you. KISWATE is also represented by our volunteer CEO, Mr. John Yuya, who is also here with us. Let me give him this opportunity so that he can greet us and say one or two. Karibu, Mr. Yuya.
My name is John Yuya, volunteer CEO with KISWATE. I'm a retired chief principal, and I'm a holder of a Bachelor of Arts degree in political science, economics, and history from Makerere University, Kampala. I also hold a diploma in education from the same university. And I've said I'm a retired chief principal. I reside in Busia, Kenya. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Yoya. And I want to make clarification here so that you people understand what you are doing. Now, KISWATE has got 3 companies. The first company is called KISWATE, which started in the year 2000 with COVID-19. And Mr. John Yoya is the CEO of KISWATE. And the KISWATE is like an NGO that gives scholarship to students. We have been giving scholarships under the leadership of Mr. Yoya for all those years. And so far we have educated 350 students go to the university. Michelle is one of them here, although indirectly. Now, the second company, which is under KISWATE, is KISWATE Digital Academy. It got registered 1 week ago. We have KRA PIN number. We are in the process of opening a bank account and etc. And it's because of KISWATE Digital Academy that we are having our first customer, NGOLENI Secondary School. So Ahendera is the principal of KISWATE Digital Academy. Yes, and the others are going to be digital educators at KISWATE Digital Academy. Because we have been training them, they are now digital educators. Mr. Ben Maseka, representing NGOLENI, is also undergoing training. He's almost finishing. He's only remaining with the presentation. And then we give him the title Digital Educator. Then the third company is called Blue Nile Analytica. Blue Nile Analytica is the one that is developing the technologies that we are using. So these things are intertwined. They are intertwined. But our overall boss, the boss for everybody, including me, is Mr. John Yoya. He is our CEO of KISWATE. Thank you. Who is next?
Thank you. Thank you, Founder, for that clarification. We also have those representing KISWATE in this meeting, but they are KISWATE by extension. Let me just invite them before I give back the microphone to our founder, Mr. Eric Oduor.
Hello, good evening. My name is Eric. Currently, I teach maths and physics at State House Girls, Nairobi. I also reside in Nairobi. For KISWATE, I basically do a remote transmission of lessons for mathematics and physics under a title called the Global Teacher. Otherwise, I'm glad to be part of this call this evening. Thank you. Back to you, Josephine.
Thank you, Mr. Eric. I also want to invite Mr. Odongo Asuso.
Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
My name is Odongo Asuso. I'm a digital educator in chemistry, also the principal St. Paul's Gina Senior School in Gemiala, Siaya County. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Asuso, you forgot to say that you are a TSC principal. You're a TSC principal. Yes, that should be very clear. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we are done with the team from KISWATE. Now, let me invite the principal, NGOLENI Secondary School. Yes, Mr. Ben Masika, please take it away and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Ben Masika. I'm representing the principal NGOLENI Secondary School on this platform. Apart from that, I'm also a digital education trainee. I've been undergoing the training and I'll be glad to share the presentation in the near future. Then I'm also the current Dean of Studies at NGOLENI Secondary School, teaching mathematics and business studies. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, the principal NGOLENI, and welcome to my presentation. So the aim of my presentation is to explain to you what we intend to do, what approach are we using, what sets of technology will we be using, and how this is going to solve problem at NGOLENI Secondary School. And the same problem has been confirmed that is being replicated at St. Paul's Junior Secondary School in Siaya County. And with these two cases, I'm very optimistic we'll be able to attract 1,000 more schools with the time. And our target is 1,000 schools. And by the time the 5 years are ending, when this program will be ending, we intend to reach over 10,000 senior secondary schools in the Republic of Kenya. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to make my presentation. And to the end of my presentation, you'll have a chance, maybe 5 minutes, to react to my presentation. So, as I've said earlier, that I'm the patent holder for KISWATE Digital Attendance and District Tracking Register, which we have developed from the scratch. It has taken me 11 years to do this. Now, we have the digital register. So what? How do you use it to solve our problems? What is the application of this digital register? So, ladies and gentlemen, the first application is going to be differentiated instruction. And we are going to use NGOLENI Secondary School to model this for other schools. So the session at NGOLENI will be a training session. So what I intend to do, I go to one school, I camp there, I train the school, the staff, the teachers with my team. And after I'm satisfied, they are now well trained, they can now run a digital school, I go to the next site. That's what I do. So Mr. Ben, I'm not going to be in NGOLENI forever, because I have a team of experienced experts. I'm just coming to launch. And since we lead by examples, when we preach, we can't preach wine and take water. When you preach water, you must take water. I'll be the first person to show everybody how this is done, how this technology is used. So our motto is powering smarter schools for smarter Kenya. I'm your presenter, Pius Odhiambo, and I'm lucky to be hired by NGOLENI Secondary School. So I call myself a visiting volunteer, digital educator, and differentiated instruction expert for mathematics NGOLENI Secondary School, Machakos County in the Republic of Kenya. Today is May 30th, 2026, and I wish that to be written in my appointment letter. Mr. Ben Masika, I hope the information is well communicated, because we want to share this with the principal. We're going to also share the slides. Now, the date is May 30th, 2026, and we have an introductory video, which I'm not going to play, which I don't know whether to play it or not play. Anyway, let me play it for the sake of Ben Masika and for the sake of the principal. The duration of this program is going to be from June 19 to August 15. This is like a whole term. And it's free because we are volunteers, but we have to eat, we have to dress well, we have to pay for the internet and what have you. So we'll be charging an appreciation fee of 100 shillings per student per term. For the whole duration, if a student come to my class, what we'll ask them to pay, what we'll ask the parent to pay will be an appreciation fee of 100, only 100 shillings. And this will be paid directly to our bill number. And this is not tuition. This is not NGOLENI Secondary School charging students for tuition. And this is not KISWATE Digital Academy offering tuition. This is a visiting volunteer, digital educator, and a differentiated instruction expert for mathematics. Training NGOLENI Secondary School to become a digital school. It happens that this volunteer is also an international philanthropist recognized by Marcus, who is who in America. Now, let's go. Now, this is our website. We also have an app, and that's our link. And I think that's enough for that slide. Let me move to the next slide. I've already introduced myself. I don't want to go through my credentials, but as you can see, I've added a new credential, number 5, digital educator and differentiated instruction expert for mathematics and NGOLENI Secondary School, Machakos County in the Republic of Kenya. So I think that is enough. I don't want to go beyond that. So here, how do you apply a digital register? We're going to use it to carry out what's called differentiated instruction. What this means, when we have 1,000 schools around the country, and we have 100 students from those schools attending, I'll be able to mark the attendance register. And the principal of NGOLENI Secondary School will be the class teacher for this class. She will be able to know who are the number of students attending the lesson, how much they have paid, whether a teacher missed a lesson or not. And because principals are very busy, this can be delegated to a competent teacher. So what is differentiated instruction? This is a teaching framework that tailors lessons, materials, and assessments to diverse student needs rather than one-size-fits-all approach. Teachers adjust how content is delivered, how students process this information, and how they demonstrate their learning, ensuring that all students achieve the same core goals. This was invented by an American educator called Carol Ann Tomlinson, and he popularized this method in 4 main areas, driven by students' readiness, interest, and learning profile. So these are the 4 elements of differentiation. We have the content, what is being taught. In mathematics, I can decide to divide my classes using the topics calculus, statistics, trigonometric equations, and ask them to join those classes. That is differentiation by content. I can also decide to divide the students based on the process, how students make sense of the material. These include using flexible grouping, small groups for targeted instruction, tired activities, or learning contracts. You're going to see how that is done. Then by product, how students demonstrate their knowledge rather than just traditional essay. Students might choose to create a presentation, build a model, or take an oral exam. Then lastly, by learning environment, where and how the classroom functions. This includes providing quiet, distraction-free zones, offering flexible seating arrangements, or establishing collaborative spaces. So those are the 4 elements of differentiation. You can do more research on that so that you understand. Now, these core principles, we have the core principles for differentiated instruction. Number 1 is proactive. Teachers anticipate that students will have varying needs and plan ahead rather than reacting only when a student fails. You don't need to wait for a student to fail before you can come up with a plan. When you use that principle, we are referring to it as a proactive principle of differentiated instruction. Now, you can also use the principle of data-driven. Instruction is continuously informed by ongoing formative assessments, exit tickets, and observations. Observation is just where you observe in the class after a lesson and so, oh, Timothy is not doing well. As a teacher, I must do something to help Timothy so that he can do well. Also, exit tickets. Here in America, we do them per lesson. At the end of each and every lesson, you get an exit ticket. And when you are grading the exit ticket, it will inform you where to start the lesson next time, the following day, whether to review the lesson, whether to move to the next topic, section of the topic, or to etc., based on the student performance on the exit tickets. In Kenya, the principle of exit tickets is Greek. Teachers just go to class and pump knowledge to students. They don't care whether learning is taking place or not. Boop, have finished the syllabus. It can't happen that way. It can't happen that way because things have changed with time. That's how we are trained in schools. That's how Mr. John Yuya was trained at Makerere University. Go pump knowledge and let them take notes. That's how I was trained at Kenyatta University. But things have changed. We must change with the time. And then formative assessments. Now, this is where they do an exam, they get grades, and then group them. And after group them, and then find a way on how you are going to teach each group depending on their own learning needs. A student with an average grade of A cannot be taught the same way you are teaching a student with an average grade of E. You are going to lose one of them. That is why the instruction must be differentiated. Within the 40 minutes, you make sure the A student is taught. And then within those 40 minutes, you must make sure the E student also taught some learning take place. When you are teaching the E student, the A student will get bored. How do you make sure that he does not become disruptive in class? By giving them challenging assignment. When I used to use this method a couple of years ago, when I used to teach in the private school, I used to give some talented and gifted students even some problems that have got no solution, so that they can spend their time looking for solutions to give me time to teach an E student. Okay, and D minus student has also a right to be taught. You cannot ignore him. You cannot just go by the A student and leave the E student or D minus students alone. And for your information, research has shown that average students, like those who score between D plus and C, when they go out, they are motivated, they work very hard. When I was in school, they used not to go to the university. And their only option was to go to abroad, to America, because America could absorb them. But somewhere along the line, in fact, we struck for this. When H1 introduced parallel program, I'm one of the people that went to Dhikaro to ban cars because they introduced parallel program. Mr. Suso, you were in school at that time, and I hope you remember. And during that time, we lost 4 of our colleagues. They were saying they were diluting education. It will gonna be more competitive. We not have jobs. People who have scored university grades are gonna get degrees, and it is. We did not know that we are wrong. But research has shown that when these students get a chance to go to the university through whatever method, because they are already bitter, either their teachers or their background or their parents fail them and score a grade that they don't deserve, they work extremely hard and become very creative. And after graduating, they become managers for the A students. who have scored A and done engineering, who scored A and done medicine, who have scored A and done BCom. Because most of these students, these C students, after getting the degree, one, they are motivated, they go for master, they go for PhD, and after that, when they come back, they are employed in establishment, let's say in an hostel as a manager or as an HR. In America here, students who have scored D+ in Kenya, when they come to America, the environment favors them. They work very hard. They are now top professors in the universities with innovations. So we cannot ignore this category. We cannot brag around with A's only, that my school produced A's, please come on A. But we also brag around that my class with 40 E's was able to do away with all the 40 E's in mathematics. And let this teacher also be appreciated. Just the same way the teacher who is producing A be appreciated. That is what we are talking about in differentiated instruction. Now, the last core principle, it has been student-centered. It means students where they are academically and engage, where they are academically, that's E, D-, D+, and engages them through topics they care about. Okay, so I've talked about that. So look at this differentiated instruction. Now, if you are in a class with the students with these grades in mathematics, teaching this class will be very difficult because you'll be attending to C+, attending to this within 40 minutes. And this affects coverage in the syllabus. So as a data scientist, what have I done? I've denormalized this class so that instead of just having one big class of 50 students, in a school with 4 streams and what have you, I've decided to group them by their performance. E and D- on their own category. D+, and lower C- on their own category. C- C and C+ on their own category. Above C+ on their own category. And above C+, I don't care about them very much because they are doing well. They are not supposed to be in this program. At this particular point, I want now each and every person here to react to my presentation. Please take 5 minutes. And the questions I want you to answer, can you please ask me a question on any area that is not clear, if any? And then I'll be noting down the questions, and when you are done, I'll respond back. And then answer this question, a very important question. Can this proposal work for your school? And if not, can you tell us what can work and what cannot work for you? And because our guest today was the principal NGOLENI Secondary School, I'm giving the first opportunity to the principal NGOLENI Secondary School. And because this was your meeting, I'm giving you 10 minutes to react. Bwana Ben Masika, over to you, please.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, I want to appreciate the fact that Mr. Pius has actually shed light on what is disturbing many students in Kenya. However, here's a question.
Yes.
What about a scenario whereby not all students are boarders? For example, in our situation, we have it's mixed day and boarding.
Yes.
That is one. Then number 2, according to the timing, the most appropriate for example, in our situation, Monday to Friday, I will appreciate maybe if you go for the 4 to 5 p.m., that's Monday to Friday. Then about the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, we also have some, it's also, on our side, it's also packed. It's like we have introduced some programs, we also helping the students to catch up with what they need. So the proposal of very early in the morning, there will be a challenge because some of the students, they have not boarded fully when we are working on it so that they can board fully. Otherwise, it's a good program because I've been teaching mathematics for the past almost 10 years.
No, on Saturday, hold on. On Saturday, Sunday, you didn't tell me time that can work for you.
Oh, Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, like Saturday, there are 2 different programs. On Saturday, we normally have some teachers coming on board from morning 8:30 up to 1. Then 2 to 4, there is another crash program. So the only time available for them is still 4 to 5.
4 to 5. Okay. Just hold on there.
Yeah.
I have some questions.
Yeah.
Just hold on. It's a conversation. So,
yeah.
Hold on. There's, I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, right
okay.
there.
Hold on.
It's okay.
Yes. Mr. Masika, I want to go to WhatsApp. Yes, here. And Mr. Masika.
Yes.
Do you see here these guidelines here? Mathematics 4 hours, chemistry 3 hours,
Yeah.
physics 3 hours, biology 3 hours. I'm only concerned about mathematics because these others are not there, but they're gonna be attending my classes at least 1 hour in a day, so that they learn how this can also be started in their stations. So these are not there.
Yeah.
So it's mathematics. Now my question to you, Mr. Maseka, as the principal of NGOLENI Secondary School, do you think you are able to get me 4 hours a class in a week, in the 7 days? If it is Form 4, only 4 hours. If it, and then you can have Form 4, Form 3, and grade 10. So whichever classes that you're bringing on board, but each class I just need maximum 4 hours. With that kind of arrangement, do you think you can get me 4 hours?
Now, with all due respect, maybe we can start like a pilot project whereby we consider maybe 1 class. We do piloting because we may have some challenges, because of the concurrent programs which are also already in place.
So we have 1 class that it was the principal talked about Form 4. So let's talk about
Form 4 specifically.
Form 4 specifically.
With Form 4 I can give you.
Okay.
4 hours we can manage.
So in Form 4, because it's a pilot program, in Form 4, Monday through Sunday, I just need 4 hours. So what I want you to do, you have gone for 4 to 5, right?
Yeah, if it's weekdays.
The weekdays, and also on Sundays, you say 4 to 5, if I got you right, all right?
Yeah, that's the only time they're free.
On Saturday, also 4 5. But I don't need, if it is 4 hours, Monday to Friday, I don't need even the weekends. On weekdays, I just need Monday to Friday with a break. I can have Monday, Tuesday, have a break on Wednesday, then I have Thursday, Friday. 4 to 5, 4 to 5, 4 to 5, because it's a pilot program.
Yeah, that will bring
and
some
I'm not saying
consistency.
you go for that. You go with what suits you. If you have Monday to Friday, can you give me 4 days where I can have 4 to 5? That one now depend on you. Did I answer your question? Okay, good.
Yeah, that's doable.
Okay, so NGOLENI will be having 4 to 5 here, which is 9 a.m. to 5 a.m. on weekdays for 4 days a week. Okay. Let me invite principals first. So the principals that I know of that are present in this meeting, 1 is Mr. John Yoya, 2 is Mr. Michael Ahendera, and 3 is Mr. Odonga Soso. And I'm going to give you a chance in order of seniority, where the most junior make presentation first, followed by the next most senior, and will improve on most junior have said, and then followed on the most senior. So Mr. Yuya, you'll make your presentation after Mr. Suso and Mr. Ahendera, because you are the most senior. Okay, Mr. Asuso, please.
Thank you again. I want to appreciate the presentation. I want to say that I really admire the proposals because a lot of this time, a lot of this time between June and end of October, we are mostly doing a lot of remedial work, and the proposals are seriously necessary for the Form 4s, the candidates who are actually currently having our focus. This is because, like I had said before, that about 60% of my candidature is having a challenge in mathematics and chemistry. I really admire this time between 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. And I want to say that as St. Paul's Gina Senior School, we can manage to get or to set aside some 4 hours in a week. That is between 1 and 2, and we are ready to onboard. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next is Mr. Michael Lahendera. Please, what is your input?
Thank you, founder, and all those who are present. Indeed, I'm privileged and humbled to be part and parcel of this initiative. It is doable. It is something that the Kenyan schools actually need. Particularly, I'm looking at even upscaling it now that our background thinking was that a lot of distractions come into these schools, particularly at this time. We have almost slightly over 100 schools on strike and students at home. And therefore, that time that the students are missing the opportunity for learning. And I think at a later stage, we'll be able to upscale that and be able to reduce those poor grades that are scored in most of the schools, particularly very humble schools have a challenge in terms of scores, and many students range between that E grade to D minus, and very few are caught up in the upper apex of performance. Therefore, I want to say that this is indeed a very well thought out program, and I'm sure very many schools later on will be onboarded, because schools have a challenge of reducing the tail when it comes to performance. So mine is to encourage all of us to be part and parcel of this initiative and try to make it work so that we can be able to help the Kenyan child and indeed, therefore, make our contribution under the curriculum-based education. Thank you.
Can we hear from the physics teacher? The physics teacher, assuming that State House was to join, what time slot can work for State House girls?
I tend to agree with what when Asuso was talking about. The evening sessions are usually so much contested in terms of activities. We have so many activities, the extracurricular activity, the curricular activities. We have so many. So the time that can work, especially for a school like State House Girls, probably could only be between 1 and 2. 1 and
so
2. I think that one will work best for.
Hold on, I've got your point,
Josephine.
Josephine, hold on, I've got your point, Josephine. Physics from State House Girls, 1 to 2. The teacher is Eric Oduor, and we are talking about 3 hours. So, or 4 hours. So he will advise you which days, and you will be the teaching. So we are able to convince State House Girls, and they have students joining this program. Then be aware the principal will not ask you when you are teaching between 1 and 2, which students are you teaching? What are you doing? And then you are at work, things like that. But Eric, I do also know that you are a very aggressive and innovative man. Besides being a physics teacher at State House Girls, you also moonlight. In your moonlighting, I'm very sure you can teach physics or even maths on Saturdays and Sunday. Now tell me, when you are not at State House Girls and you are moonlighting, I've forgotten the name of your school. What is the name of your school? Derek, what is the name of your school?
State House Girls?
No. You have another school that usually appear on the screen.
Hello.
The one is for moonlighting, the other one.
Yeah, there's a brand we've been trying to build called
Yes, what is the name of that
ARD
brand?
Tutors.
What is the
We
name of
started in
that brand?
2022.
What is the name of the brand?
ARD
meaning?
ARD Tutors.
Yes, ARD. Now,
this is something we coined. I think we were a group of people, so we just put together initials.
Okay, so ARD. Now, because we are not sure whether State House Girls will agree to on board. Now, if we decide to transmit you the lessons from ARD, we are talking about mathematics
Tutors
and physics. Can you give us the time slot that can work for you as the teacher? Those other colleagues, I don't know them, so we can't bring them on board. So what time can work for you for physics and mathematics? Especially on weekends. On weekends.
This is a program we tailored for day students. And we realized it could work for evening hours only. Reason we did this is because we realized even the day schools, they also have other programs. Like we tried to work with 1 to 2 on Saturday, and we realized that there are many schools, and especially even in Nairobi, that organizes for classes. You know, I taught in a day school before I transited to State House Girls. And we used to have programs that run from 8 to 1, and in the afternoon, students could be free. And realize because they've been held in school from 1 to 2, maybe they would want to do other things, maybe visit families from. So maybe in the evenings, we realized it could work best for us. So 8 to 9 was a bit more practical for us, because for day schools, some of them, they leave school at 5. And some of these online programs, we realized they work best for schools that are in towns. And again, we realized there was a challenge with the traffic. So we realized by the time they're leaving school, maybe at 5, the time they'll be home could be about 7. They need to settle, freshen up and all that. And therefore, probably the time they're settling could be around 8. So for us, we realized this could work only maybe from 8 to 9.
Point taken. Now, Josephine, we are making the timetable. ARD tutors, mathematics, being transmitted from ARD tutors. The teacher, Eric Oduor, 8 to 9 on Monday, 8 to 9 on Tuesday, 8 to 9 on Thursday, 8 to 9 on Friday, 8 to 9 on Saturday, 8 to 9 on Sunday. The teacher is Eric Oduor. Now, another timetable. Hold on. We're gonna split that, Eric. When we say Eric Oduor, it does not mean that you teach all those lessons. You bring another teacher, your colleague from ARD tutors, to take another class for mathematics. So you are representing your colleagues too. Now, another timetable for physics, transmission from ARD tutors. So those are 7 days. I wanted to split those 7 days, 4 mathematics and 3 physics. 3 physics. That will be another timetable. Eric, I'm done with you. Now, next is Colin Sagega. I see Colin Sagega have joined. Colin Sagega, can you hear me?
Yes, please. I've been having issues here. Some issues
You are in the
network.
Yes, you are one of the teachers that are going to teach biology, and we are now making the timetable. So from KISWATE National Transmission Center from Migori, what time can work for you for teaching physics?
Yes.
No, teaching biology. And this is our template timetable. The guidelines are, Mr. Colin Sagege, mathematics should have 4 hours, chemistry 3 hours, physics 3 hours, and biology 3 hours a week. And each lesson is for 1 hour. So if this is our timetable, Mr. Collins Agege, this one here, Nairobi local time, what time can work for you for teaching biology? Let's say...
Unfortunately.
can
you share?
I'm not sharing.
I'm just saying.
Okay, let me share. Let me share. Yes, I was not sharing. And I sent this document to you on WhatsApp. When I made this document, I'd shared with you on WhatsApp. I don't know why I'm not able to share this. Let me come out of this. I'm on WhatsApp. Yes, so let me share now. And I want to share. Share screen. Let me come out of this. Okay, so the come WhatsApp. So are you now able to see the document? Collins, are you able to see the document? Collins, are you there? Collins? Maybe you have lost Collins. Josephine, you'll have to follow up with Collins and get his timetable. Josephine, what is your reaction to the presentation?
I think the initiative is a good one. I know the schools normally conduct remedials, but they don't use this mode, the mode of differentiation, because as much as they're doing the remedials, you find that even the weaker students, they are just still put together. So I think it's a very unique approach that can create a very big impact. I think the only thing that we can do is just to align the timetable so that it can accommodate a number of schools. And I know probably we could even be having students, individual students who can also be interested. I don't know.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
First and foremost, thanks for allowing me to attend this meeting. Secondly, I wanted to seek a clarification on two things. One is on matters regarding data ethics and stuff like that. I don't know how best you are navigating through that. The reason for saying this is because I see at our school, I see many universities come to our universities and other institutions come to our school requesting to have more or less similar programs, and sometimes I see them contacting parents directly and onboarding parents for such programs regarding the students. So I don't know how best you can borrow a leaf from that and see how you are able to even onboard students through the parents and stuff like that.
Yes, and
without having conflicts with.
Eric, you are the global principal for KISWATE Digital Academy out of school programs, right?
Okay.
This is your target. Come up with ideas and tell us how to onboard. On the issue of data, on the compliance issue, we are almost done because we have to host our servers in Kenya.
Okay.
We are already doing that. And again, we have to register our company, KISWATE Digital Academy, as a data processor with Data Protection Commissioner of Kenya. We are going to do that. We have initiated the process. Sharing on social media and what have you. When you look at my screen here, we have an undisclosure agreement. We have consent form here, parents consent form. When you download this and you look at it here, when you look at it here, you see parental consent form where they are given this form and they sign and date. And when here, parental consent form, he say, let's say Eric is the parent. I, Eric Oduor, of cell phone number this, box number this. We're gonna include also email. We can modify this to include also email, ID or passport number this, being the parent or legal guardian to the name of the student, date of birth there, do hereby voluntarily give consent to Blue Nile Analytica to collect data and record student attendance and discipline on per lesson basis. Now, when this has been signed, we have consent from the parents, and we can contact the parents directly about our programs.
Okay.
And you are the one to coordinate this because this is your program. This is not my program. And this program is in fact, is jointly with you and Ahendera, because Mr. Ahendera is the global principal for activities taken inside the school. And you are the global principal for out of school activities. But now this my program is designed in such a way that it will be when students are not in school and also when students are not in school. So you are supposed to collaborate and come up with ideas, and let us see how we can get more students, as many as possible. So did I answer your question?
Yes, you did. The second one was about, I see we come up with very many programs, but sometimes you realize that, especially subjects like mathematics, science subjects, maths, chemistry, and the other one is which one? Physics. Sometimes they're least interesting to students. So when we come up with programs, you realize students are very hesitant to cooperate and attend such programs with motivation and enthusiasm. So maybe part of the tasks or the challenges that we are likely to face with such programs is resistance coming from these low achievers. I don't know how best you are going to be able to motivate them so that the programs become more interesting and more attractive to our learners. And the other question I wanted to ask on the same that probably you can think through is the approach, because the differentiated approach is supposed to be, the main target is supposed to be the struggling learners. I don't know the approach that you're going to use to identify the struggling learners. Maybe it's food for thought.
The learners doing well.
The KISWATE Digital Academy, founded by Pius Odhiambo, is a groundbreaking digital platform aimed at fostering the African Renaissance in the education sector. Specifically tailored for Kenya, the Academy addresses critical challenges in the implementation of the competency-based curriculum CBC for grades 7 through 12 in both junior and secondary schools. Key issues it seeks to resolve include: 1. Access to educational materials. Many students lack textbooks in certain thematic areas, and where available, these resources are often prohibitively expensive. School calendar disruptions. Unforeseen events such as illnesses, pandemics, for example the COVID-19, school strikes, and natural disasters like floods frequently disrupt the academic calendar. 3. Data-driven decision-making. There is a notable absence of reliable online attendance and learning data, which is crucial for informed decision-making in curriculum implementation. Pius Odhiambo, the visionary behind KISWATE, is a trained science teacher and an award-winning data scientist, a philanthropist based in the Washington, D.C., United States of America. His contributions have earned him a place on the Marquis Who Is Who in America, highlighting his international recognition and impact.
Very soon, I will be retiring peacefully to start working as a social entrepreneur. Social entrepreneurship is an approach by individuals, groups, startup companies, or entrepreneurs in which they develop, fund, and implement solutions to social, cultural, or environmental issues.
The KISWATE Digital Academy is structured around 3 core components. Digital library. This will provide students and teachers with access to a vast array of digital textbooks and educational resources online, ensuring that learning materials are both accessible and affordable. 2. Learning management system LMS. This system will enable teachers to conduct remote lessons and allow school principals to recruit emergency or substitute teachers from a distance. It will also facilitate continuous learning for students regardless of physical location. 3. Scholarship system. This component will offer financial support to deserving students, ensuring that economic barriers do not hinder access to quality education. By leveraging these components, KISWATE Digital Academy aims to create a resilient and flexible educational environment. Students will have uninterrupted access to digital textbooks and teachers, while educators will be equipped with the tools needed for effective and remote teaching. This initiative not only addresses immediate educational challenges but also lays the foundation for a more robust and adaptable education system in Kenya, capable of withstanding future disruptions and fostering long-term academic success.